Welcome to today's Tech20 Tuesday, everyone. Today, the topic of discussion is Edmodo. Edmodo is a communication tool that acts as an educational social networking site. The avenues of communication are endless, from teacher to teacher or student to student, whether that be on a local or a global level. And Edmodo is cool because it also lets you create assignments and due dates using a toolbar and a calendar and a few other cool features, and allows for students to submit their work electronically. There's even an app available for smartphones. Edmodo also has a few new features, which I'll also showcase today. One like the library section, where teachers can store resources in one easy, accessible place. When you navigate to edmodo.com, the first thing you see is a screen that resembles another popular social networking site. Click the Teacher tab and create your free account. Basically, they'll just want to know your first name, last name, email address, and then you create a password, agree to the terms and conditions, and sign up. Once you have an account set up and you log in with your email or username and your password, then you log in. It brings you to your main screen, which has a lot of features. Basically, at the first, you'll be given a title and you'll choose an avatar, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But just to scroll over the tabs, you have the Home tab, the Progress tab of your students that are involved, things that you can learn that are quite new, and the library, as I mentioned before. Also across this top, the main section, are notes or just general comments that you can start with students. Alerts if you need them to know something right away, creating assignments, quizzes, and even administering polls. Up here you have your notifications and your main account. Here's where you create your profile and choose your avatar. You can choose from a lot of the ones that are existing in there. They're quite general. Or you can upload a picture that resembles you. And as I tell the students, choose a picture that shows an interest that you have but doesn't give away your identity at all. As well, you can go into the archives and settings and even invite other educators to join you in on a project. Here's also where you log out. To add students, first they have to know what group that they can join. So when you're in your main homepage, click on the plus to add groups. You're going to create a group. Name your group. And if you want, you can select a specific grade or range, and the subject area if you want, or just all. And then you create that group. What will happen is they'll ask you for a few details and a small description. And once you've done that, they may even, I guess you can include the size of your group. And finish. What will happen is they'll assign you a group code. That group code is important because when your students go to create their Edmodo logins, they will insert the code that you give them, and then they will be automatically joined into that group. That way it's easy for you to create your own classroom or a larger group if you're doing a global project or connecting with other classrooms. After that, you can assign small groups themselves. So keeping in mind that this is your group code, you can also join by URL. Give your students this URL and it'll take them right to this group where they can also sign up. But keep in mind this group code, you can reset this if needed. Also lock it to prevent users from joining without my approval. But what you do is you give your students that code. You can sign them up yourself, but I like to think that, that you can sign them up and they can do that independently. So once you log out and you have that group code, they would check, I'm a student, put in the group code, and then again create their own username, first name, last initial, school initials or year, whatever you choose, password, and the nice thing about this is email is optional. Now even down here where it asks first name and last name, I just have students put their first name and last initial. And then you or your parent agree to terms and service. That of course is depending on your school policies. So basically, Edmodo allows you to create groups. This is great for working with other classes or just creating small groups within your own classroom. And then basically it tracks your main posts here like another social media platform. And basically the latest posts are on the top and get pushed down as more posts happen. Now as you can see, these students that have been working in another global group, they've been posting about a story or a book that they're reading, and the teacher's name is beside that book. And as you scroll down, you can see that students with their avatars are commenting on other students' posts. Teachers can also comment and have students reply. As you can see, the beautiful thing about Edmodo is that students are not only excited about using this tool, but produce quality work in responding and commenting themselves. And they're sure to take ownership over their work, and you might even see improvements in editing and content. I've used the group section for a few different things. For one, for distinguishing between classes that are involved on a global or local level. Also to separate smaller projects or smaller groups. Some students will choose certain novels over others, and that allows them to be interested in what they're doing. And small groups allow them to continue those discussions. Once a project's completed, you can also archive them, and they'll save them for future reference, just so you don't have to delete them permanently. At any time, no matter where you are, you can always return to the home by clicking the home button. So let's take a look at a few of the main features of Edmodo. In the notes section, you can type notes and have them go to whatever kind of groups that you have set up. You can have them go to all the groups or just specific groups. Type your message and then begin to type the name of the group, student, or teacher that you want to send the message to. Find it and click on it. You can send it to multiple groups or just one. Once you've assigned your group, you can also attach a file to your note. You can post a link for students or teachers to follow. You can click and attach a library item that you've stored previously, and you can even schedule messages to appear at a later date. When you're ready, send, and it'll appear in this area here for your specific group to see. Notes are generally for groups to read and respond to, whereas alerts are just to notify students of something that's happening or something that's changed. You can also post assignments with titles, and you can load these from a document or another source from your computer and assign a due date to them as well. You can put a description for the assignment, and you can also have it close out after the due date. To keep an assignment open, just leave this box unchecked. And again, you can send an assignment to specific groups and attach the following. You can also create a quiz for students. This is a really cool section where you can choose between multiple choice, true and false, short answer, fill in the blanks, or matching questions. To do this, choose your style of quiz and add your question. You can also load these from a pre-existing document. You can post your questions in the question prompt and then give multiple answers. In order to change the correct answer's letter, you can just move the correct answer down to somewhere else. If you want more than 2 responses, you just add a response, continue with your answers, choose the letter that represents the correct answer, And once you're finished that, go to the top and you can assign the quiz. It shows over here the questions that you correctly submitted and the ones still pending left to be finished. So again, keep adding questions here. You can load questions previously made from another source or document, and when you're finished, you can assign the quiz. You can also remove a question, assign points, value, and even time limits. Title your quiz up here, and you're set to go. This will appear in the main section, especially to the groups that you assigned for the quiz. You can even preview your quiz and print your quiz. Once you're ready, it'll take you back to the home screen. The other thing is you can submit or create a poll for students and give multiple answers, and then you can see how students feel about something, and basically add multiple answers as much as you want here. And you can send it to groups again. The bell indicates notifications from Edmodo, usually indicating that more group members have joined. Again, here's your profile. For your progress, you can choose your different groups. You can even assign student badges to commend students for good work, asking good question, doing their homework, being a great participant, perfect attendance, and so on. You can even create a new badge yourself. The Discover button, you might want to check on this once in a while, but basically it just shows you new cool things that are happening and teachers that you might want to connect with. The Library is the cool new feature from Edmodo, and this allows you to upload folder items, attachments, even Google Docs. And to have these at your fingertips is nice because you don't have to continue uploading them from your computer or online. You can actually just keep a database within Edmodo and then call upon them whenever you want. This is really good if you have pre-planned lessons or pre-planned quizzes or activities. Returning home, a few more things to talk about. Over on this right side, you can access a store in Edmodo, manage your apps, and launch those apps. And the cool feature that a lot of you may take advantage of is the Edmodo Planner. This is really nice for teachers who want to plan everything out that has to deal with Edmodo on this calendar here. And you can choose your date in this section here. You can move over to more days, search and view by week or month. The other nice feature is that when you do schedule something, you can have this shared with everything. You can just show separate groups that you have on your calendar. You can even show individual questions and assignments that you gave. And these will all appear at different spots on your calendar based off what you get checked here. In the Settings tab, you can print these or export them as well if you want to have a hard copy. And down below, you can even set a new task for yourself so you don't forget, not necessarily assigning it to any specific day at the start, and even a coming soon. To exit the calendar, just hit the X. Bring you back to home screen. Just a few more things to mention before you have any questions. When students are creating accounts, you want to ensure that they do not use their first name and last name for privacy reasons, obviously. In my global group, we've been encouraging students to use their first name and their last initial, followed by the initials of their school. Other teachers have included dates at the end. Any random way of doing this that you feel is safe, is fitting. But again, I've used students' first name, last initial, school initials. Also, when students are choosing avatars, as I mentioned previously, have them choose something that expresses their interest or something a little bit about them, but nothing that's going to give away their identity. The last thing is students should be given a quick tutorial on what we call netiquette. And netiquette is how to read and respond and post things in online forums. There's a good Prezi out there if you search it called Netiquette, and it's just a quick few reminders for teachers and students alike on a few practices in Netiquette. The other thing you may want to do is ensure that your students are well aware of digital citizenship and how when they post things online that I've heard people mention that they're digital footprints, but footprints can be washed away. When you post something online, it's there forever, so I prefer the term digital tattoo. Thanks everyone for watching. Edmodo is a really super cool tool. I've used it plenty and have seen many benefits of it. Um, I guess one other thing I could mention is if you do see a student that posts an inappropriate comment, take that as a teachable moment. One really easy way to do this is to take a quick snap or screenshot of the comment, send it to that student's teacher, and use that as a teachable moment. And again, Edmodo is really cool. I guess we've used up about 14 minutes or so. We have 5 or 6 minutes left. If you want to ask any questions, I will certainly be here to entertain them and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for joining us.